The best farm spot in Assassin's Creed Valhalla 2023-2024. I'm gonna teach you guys how to make a ton of money in the game. Stay tuned for that. What's up, guys? I'm Franky Boy. On this channel I am covering everything regarding open world RPGs. If you like that, then feel free to stick to the channel. I cover The Witcher, Cyberpunk and Assassin's Creed. It's my big love. And we are right here at the best farm spot. I'm gonna teach you 4 farm spots on how to grind a ton of money, and I will teach you guys how to get those items and skills you definitely need for it, because they will increase your performance by a ton and will make everything so much better. So starting off with the first things first, we are of course doing the spear fishing, but improved right now, so you guys need to stick around to learn how to do so. I would totally recommend you guys to not wear any armor, instead only wear maybe a bow if you like for some adrenaline. I would totally recommend Aesir's Eye. You get it in the third DLC, the Dawn of Ragnarok DLC, in the Valkyria arena. Then we have Gungnir. This is the spear with the longest range in the game, and you simply get it by almost playing through the whole Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And I'm wearing, of course, Guybolg, best spear in the game, and you get it in the Wrath of the Druids DLC, and you almost have to play through it as well. In the west there is an area where you get it. It's by a druid. You simply need to finish the order of the DLC first. Alright, I am wearing a second loadout where I have the paladin armor. You get it from the Paris DLC. You find it there. And I have that one because you get adrenaline charge bonus. When you're low on adrenaline, you will be charging more. And why is that? Because we don't really use our spear all the time, but the spinning harpoon for fishing, it is changing everything. I will show you guys in a second. First we gotta get some adrenaline, and then we get this going. And to get some adrenaline, we're gonna wear it. Where's the first farm spot? It's right here. So here is Hrefnatorp, Ravensthorpe as it's called in English, and we're gonna head to Northumbria, Jorvikshire, and then northern from Jorvik, and western from this point the Housesteads, and there is the Hadrian's Wall. We're at this banana style, or let's say boomerang style lake, where we can do the spear fishing method again and again and again. So first up, some adrenaline. I would recommend doing it naked, but I'm wearing the paladin armor to get some more adrenaline first. Otherwise we will like really be spear fishing, and we don't want to spear fish. We want to use the ability. It's so much better. I will show you in a second. And the best thing to prepare it is actually by having arrows with you. I don't have any arrows with me, sadly. So you can use the Aesir's Eye and get so much adrenaline by simply one-shotting those fish. You will get more than 1 bar per fish shot, I guess. I got my adrenaline bar filled, and then I'm gonna switch to the naked loadout. I'm gonna check where the fish are. They are over there, and I'm using that AoE spear, and you can simply see it's killing so many fish in one shot. And you can cast it while you still have stamina, and activating it costs 1 bar of adrenaline, so you need both of those. I would always wait until you have enough stamina, of course. And yeah, if you did so, then you're stuck to spear fishing again until you have all the adrenaline you need. Oh, and also make sure to check out the shores. Sometimes there are some fish in those shores, really bugged, I can say. And yeah, we will simply just clear out this area. And if you start with 4 adrenaline bars, then it's super quick, super easy. I think this whole farm run can be done in 8 to 10 minutes, and you can easily make like 3k in one run. It's no problem. Alright, and let's now quickly finish up the destination right here. And while using the spare AoE ability, you actually are not slowed by your armor. I think that's a nice thing to note as well. Alright, moving on to spot number 2, and we simply need to head down southeast, and it's just the second banana lake, aka the boomerang lake, at the same location. You will easily find it. And there we are, just a few meters away. And I think this one is even better than the first one. It's much easier to farm right here, I think. You get so many salmon, you get trout. It's the paradise for fish lovers and of course money makers. Alright, using the spear to fish again. I got some hits. Sometimes you don't hit. I think you have to look down to make it happen. And sometimes you gotta loot those yourself afterwards. You can see there's a lot to loot right now, and we got a lot of trout and salmon again. If you kill those guys with weapons, then they will be looted immediately. And you somehow have to make a choose if you wanna like stick to using no armor or stick to the paladin armor to make use of the ability more often. I would totally recommend sticking up your arrows to make use of those paladin armor without needing to move, filling up your adrenaline and then going back again, and then you can probably like reduce the time of this run to 5 minutes or so. And yeah, you just sometimes find some fish in those bushes at the border of the lake. So spot number 3 of the run, it's like a circle run. You go farther southeast. It's super easy, still in the same area, and it's this kind of fjordish area, 180 meters away, so not too far in my opinion. Alright, and there we are at the very start of the farm spot. This one has a little border to it. You might want to end up circling them from that border into the landish area. You know, like here is the border where it's getting too deep, and you may start using your spear right here, your ability, and kind of circle them into the land area. Gotta get some stamina back right now. Let's quickly wait. We're back on stamina and start spear fishing again and again. I think it works best in the flat water right here. You can see like using the ability once is giving you sometimes even 10 fish, sometimes more. Got some big salmon, and you have to note every fish is worth a little bit different than the other one. It always depends on the size, of course. And yeah, now we're in open water. And by the way, did you know you can ride on your horse and shoot with arrows, and then Sinin will loot those fish for you? Like you can even stand at the border of the lake and then use your bow to shoot, and Sinin will loot. Always keep in mind you have to shoot in the direction where the fish is going to actually make a hit on him. Yeah, I think it's quite nice to add that in if you want to, but the speed of that farming method is far slower. It's just fun in my opinion to mix it in for some more fun, because after all it's still a game. It's super nice that Sunin helps us out while we're standing here. Alright, moving on to farm spot number 4. The fourth one, and this one is quite a long way away from us. So you either take your boat down the river, you could ride almost directly, or you could take the fast travel spot. It really depends on what you like. It's still northwest from Jorvik, and you will find it right here. There's a little bridge. It's a super nice and super cozy location. I usually go there by horse, but in this case I want to call my longship, and maybe we can make a little benchmark. Oh, and by the way, why is a Pharaoh ship here in Norway or in England? Of course, no one really knows. And there we are, just a few seconds away from it. You can't use your auto follow river method because it actually will run into the corner here. And there we are, gonna leave the ship for now. Bye guys. We have 2 farm spots here. It's divided by this bridge, and let's first clear up the area before the bridge, in front of the bridge. And as you can see, you're pretty slow in here. Oh, we got some enemies going. Let's first kill them, because those enemies will grant us some adrenaline, which is very handy. Clutch. 1 bar. And the second one. Oh, and by the way, if you turn your game to German, you sometimes can free me in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, since I did some voice acting for the German version of the game, which is a very cool thing. Ubisoft invited me to do so, and it was a lot of fun. You can also find me in the Wrath of the Druids DLC. Alright, let's now start off with the spear fishing again, and search those hordes of fish. Maybe scan sometime around while swinging the rope. Plutch! And we can just wait until we are back on high adrenaline, high stamina again. Not so many fish around here this time. Why is that? Let's loot these. And I think this area is just simply beautiful. It's very nice to farm here. Very nice atmosphere, and I would say it's one of the most beautiful spots in the area you need to visit anyways. So you can easily combine it with a session of farming. All right, here is where the good stuff is going. You can see so much loot around here on this spot at the very end behind the bridge. All right, 1 mastery point, and you can even level up here. It's no problem for you to use that as a leveling method as well. You can also loot while casting the ability. You can simply press your E or looting button on console. Also very handy. And at the very end of this location, you can sometimes just throw your spears in, and I think it's the best location of all those 4. And by the way, I don't clear up this spot very clean, so it would like take me too much time to clear up everything and any fish I can find. And if you want to, you can fire some light arrow shots after leaving. Alright, and now listen closely. You gotta go back to Ravensthorpe after doing this farm, and we're gonna see how much we earned. The good thing is you can still use it to get your quests done, your fishing quests done. So first up, you would check out the Fishing Boy. I already completed it and I got my swordfish sword. Instead, I'm gonna go to the trader, of course, and speak to her. What do you have in stock? Alright, and now let's get back to the good part, the selling part. And you gotta scroll to the very end until you find those fishes, and we're gonna see how much money we made. We are at 45k 281 right now. And the best thing is, by the way, to use your buttons to the left and then sell everything. You don't have to skip through. Like, I can't sell those because I didn't farm them yet. Scroll to the left, 500 again, 570 again, 100. And right now we are at 47,782. Quite an increasement for such a short farm run. And if you stack up on arrows before you stack up on adrenaline, it's even so much faster for you. So make sure always to check out Gunnar before starting the next farm run. Also, a very nice trick is, of course, to use the paladin armor and then go to those puppies or those training dummies and get some of the adrenaline, and you're full on adrenaline now. So how do you get the perfect ability for farming? You of course get it by doing the river raids in the settlement. So you have to go to your hut where you start those river raids, the river raid dock. And that's where my rainbow ship is, of course, the rainbow ship. You talk to Van and you gotta go to the Rhine, River Rhine in Germany. So that's where I live. I actually live at the Rhine and it's very dirty and there are no fish in it. But in the version of Valhalla, there are some living fish in it. You don't want to fish there, but you want to get the ability. Yeah, this is an old video of my second German channel, not my main channel. And I showed you the location there. This is called Ferrarias in the River Rhine, and there you get the ability. It's at the very end of the river raid. You simply go through it all the way and then you go to the end, and there at the location you find it. It's the very last or the final place to go at the River Rhine. Yep. That's it. And in the German version of the Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it's actually called Rhine. And that's it for today, guys. I hope I could help you guys out. And if you want to stay a while and listen, you're more than welcome on this channel. Check out this video where I show you the top weapons in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. There are 5 weapons which are incredibly good, and I show you where to get them and what weapons they are. And check out the other video about some tips on Assassin's Creed Valhalla as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will speak to you in the next video. Goodbye.